Hello, everyone. My name is Michael, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about the guitar learning process and the many factors that go into it when playing. So, to start things off, I want to share with you guys a little experience that I've had throughout the course of my life. So, I've been exposed to guitar my whole life through my father, who's been playing since before I was even born. So, the earliest memory I have of hearing my father play was him playing his electric guitar and having it blasting throughout the house. And I couldn't even be in the same room as him when he was playing just because I was so little and my ears were just so sensitive and they just couldn't handle the sound. So I would be across the house in a completely different room uh, just hearing him play. And it wasn't until he got an acoustic guitar and got rid of his electric guitar that I could actually be in the same room hearing him play and watching him play. And that's when I finally started to appreciate playing, and that's when my interest for it sparked. I was just so intrigued by how you could make those sounds with your hands and just with strings, and just this wooden thing. It was just so interesting to a little kid, and that's what really got me interested in learning how to play. So, my dad would often let me use his guitar, and he would help me a little bit, um, but I could just never replicate the sounds that he made, and that would get me super discouraged and just lead me to give up and put it away and be like, all right, that's not for me. Uh, I'll just move on. So this process repeated a few times in the next few years. Just, all right, I'm interested in playing. Let's play. Let's play. Uh, couldn't do it. Got discouraged. All right, let's put it away. So I put it away. So this repeated until about 2 years ago when my parents got me a Squire electric guitar for my birthday. Now, Squire is nothing fancy, but it's an electric guitar, and that's pretty awesome. It's a big step up from playing an acoustic guitar, for me. And this is when I got a mindset where I was like, all right, I'm gonna actually learn how to play. My birthday was in the summer, so I had a lot of time to learn. I was like, all right, I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna get discouraged, or no matter how discouraged I get, I'm gonna keep playing. And yeah, so my learning just consisted of watching YouTube videos, looking up tips and tricks online, just a bunch of basic stuff to get the basics down. So the reason I shared this with you was to introduce my problem, which I think a lot of people are facing. So people interested in playing guitar are constantly discouraged and intimidated by the complexities that come with guitar. Just like I was. Just thinking that you can't do it, thinking, oh, I can't do that. It's cool to hear, but I wouldn't even know where to begin. So I tried to do some research, um, explaining a widely accepted, a common consensus of a guitar learning process that a beginner like I could have found useful when I was starting to play. So I found 3 articles, all of which didn't answer my question, but they each gave me a little bit of information that helped me um, eventually conduct my own research looking for my answer. So the first article really just touched upon the different styles that you can find uh, when starting to play guitar. It talked about some players' experiences with guitar playing, but it definitely didn't answer what I was looking for, which was the process. The second article talked about the guitar learning method and process that a lot of experienced players and non experienced players have gone through. So it interviewed a lot of people, but it focused more on the why they play rather than the how they play, which is what I was looking for. And the third article I found, which was titled The Guitar in America, and that just basically talked about how the guitar has evolved and how playing and players have evolved in the past 100 years in America. Again, not really going into specifics about the learning processes they underwent. So this is where my research came into play and what I wanted to find. So I conducted an interview, interviewing 3 people: Evan, an 11-year-old, Daniel, a 17-year-old, and Matt, a 51-year-old. And I asked them a series of questions trying to figure out their specific guitar learning process. So Evan, who's 11 years old, has a very visual and hands-on type learning process because he actually has a teacher teaching him how to play on a weekly basis. So it's not self-taught at all. He has a teacher and he has specific ways taught to him that he has to learn how to play. So Daniel is more of a visual and auditory learner. My bad. He watches a lot of YouTube videos on how to play, and he listens to songs before he plays. So this is more of a self-taught type player. Definitely more independent than Evan is, but Daniel and Evan's playstyle pale in comparison to Matt's, who is a completely auditory-based learner and a hands-on learner. So basically, Matt, growing up in the 70s, being the oldest out of these three subjects, he had no internet available to him, no really useful resources. So all he used was just listening to music and trying to replicate the sounds that he heard. So after years and years of practice and repetition, this led to him becoming an extremely skilled player. So what I gathered from these three players is that the availability of the internet is definitely a huge advantage for people playing today. Something that Matt had no experience with. And really what I gathered was, no matter the circumstance, you shouldn't be intimidated when it comes to playing, because with the amount of resources we have available to us today, there's no excuse to not being able to play. You should try different things. Like, for example, if you're an auditory-based learner, you could listen to music and try and replicate the sounds. If you're a visual learner, you can watch videos or watch someone live playing or have a teacher. Or if you're a hands-on learner, hire a teacher, get them to specifically teach you ways to play, train your hands, all these different things, or combine all these things any which way you want. So the fact is, everyone is different, and so is their learning style. And really, if you're interested in playing, you shouldn't let your specific learning style intimidate or make you feel like you can play. You should embrace this unique quality and use it to your advantage, because really there's no wrong way to play. It's just how you play and how you get it done that matters.